I feel like she is emotionally cheating with me and using me. How do I talk about it with her? I have a friend that I've gotten close with, so close that everyone thinks she is emotionally cheating on her boyfriend with me due to how flirty/giggly and inseparable we are when we get together. She has told mutual friends that she isn't in love with her boyfriend despite being with him for a long time and doesn't want to ever marry him, and I've known in the past she has had feelings for me, as recent as June, not sure now. I've had feelings for her the last 6 months, and when we got closer I, naively, thought her relationship was ending and we would have a shot. Instead she is still in a relationship she complains about to everyone, except for me because she never mentions him to me, talks to him on the phone for an hour a day at work, he lives 40 minutes from her, while dropping hints and invitations that she wants more than friendship with me. People she talks to and see us together tell me I have a very good shot at having a relationship with her if I just make my interest clear. She has anxiety/depression and would rather not be alone. I'm annoyed because I feel like the ball shouldn't be in my court. But whatever. Fine. I hate the status quo, so I'll shift it myself. Enough waiting. I want to chat with her and essentially tell her, hey, I want to be more than friends, but I know you're in a relationship, so I think we should dial our friendship back quite a bit. What do you think? It leaves the ball in her court, allows me to create a ton of space without her getting sad/anxious, which is what happens when I try to pull away, and finally puts me at ease that I didn't leave anything to what if. Thoughts? I wouldn't even be considering this if I wasn't very confident it would be well received. Comment. Do you actually want to be in a relationship with someone who emotionally cheats on their partner instead of ending it? What would keep her from doing it to you? These are character issues, not relationship issues. Hitting on someone while they're in a relationship is not very respectful, unless you say it how you mentioned here. Hey, I've realized I see you as more than a friend, and because you're in a relationship I think we should dial our friendship back quite a bit. Why do you want to be in a relationship with someone who would rather complain about their current relationship to anyone who will listen than just end it, much less do everything in their power to line up the next boyfriend before it's officially over? Don't ask her what she thinks about you potentially being the future Mr. Last Person to know she's done. Tell her you wouldn't be cool with the dynamic between you two if you were her boyfriend, so you're taking several steps back, and you recommend she use the space to figure out her situation once and for all. If she's sad about that, let her be sad. Maybe it'll prompt her to actually do something regardless of whether she thinks she's got you waiting to catch her on the other side. Or not, but hopefully you'll use the space to figure out what you're doing and what you really need from a healthy relationship, too. No relationship that starts like this is healthy. It either ends due to repeated behavior by her, or it ends due to lack of trust by you, or you both try so hard to prove everyone wrong and then you end up either super toxic towards each other but now with kids and back to the first issue of repeated behavior and now you're broken hearted cause she cheating on you. How could she is doing it now. You realize that there is also a chance that she just cheats on her BF, staying with him as that's her comfort zone, then when this comes crashing down you get hurt, he gets hurt and she doesn't give a fuck. You are an absolute muppet to be getting involved with someone you want to cheat on her BF and think that she won't do the same to you. Next story 2. My GF of 2 years cheated on me. What should I do? This story goes back to January of 2021, I started talking to this girl, we have had a great relationship over the 2-year course of time, from January 2021 to February of 2023. There were certain problems from her past that I wasn't able to forget. She had relationships with 9 people before me, rendering me replaceable and doubtful of myself. I asked for a breakup at that time so that we stay apart, and I understand those things, so we broke up. Before breaking up, she took a loan from me to purchase a phone as she started a job at that time, and she said she will pay me money in installments and I said okay, because of course I loved her. Now, after a break of 4 to 5 months, I came back, and asked her if we could be in a relationship again. It must be near June 2023. She said yes, and I asked her about if she had dated anyone after I was gone, and I was completely okay with that. I asked her again and again, and she said no, she didn't date anyone and she only loved me, nobody else. I started to love her better than I did the previous time, as I was over those things that were coming in between our love. One day, while sitting in a garden, scrolling Instagram on her phone, I opened messages, and when I scrolled downwards, I saw messages from a guy asking if she's mad at him. I asked her what this is. She told me he's a senior of her from college, they met in a party and she wrote his assignment. I wasn't able to digest this thing, as she said she didn't know the guy and just wrote an assignment for him, and she felt guilty after she wrote it. She deactivated her Instagram and gave me the password. I logged in her Instagram and checked some of her DMs. There was nothing, as she deleted all those messages. I opened the chats with her best friend of school, and I got to know that she was out a whole night on the 24th of June, 2023. She was out as there was a party of her office at a bar, and she had a colleague of her whom she was in a relationship with for 15 to 20 days, as she told me. She was out the whole night with that guy after sending me a snap that I have reached home. The snap contained a picture of her sleeping on a bed. I said, okay, you reached the home, it's great. But the photo was staged. She told me lies to be outside with this guy. She told me that she broke up with the guy as she didn't feel the same way as she felt with me. What she told me about the night was that she and the boy roamed around on the streets at night and talked about me and a girl that the boy liked. She told me that the snap sent to me sleeping was created at a parking lot of the office building. I wasn't able to accept this, as the snap looked perfectly like a home. I told her not to talk to that guy after we came in relationship again, because I had an intuition about both of them, and I was correct. She used to talk to the guy after I told her not to, on Snapchat, WhatsApp and Instagram. I caught her as she blocked him on Snap, and I unblocked him and saw the saved photos dated after I told her not to talk to him. She asked me for a chance and said she wouldn't do it again. I gave her a chance. Yesterday, I remembered that she sent me a snap of her coming house that night. I asked her about it. She called the guy, and I also have his number. As soon as I asked her about it, she called him. As I was trying to call him, I was getting a talking to another person tone. When I called her, it was the same. I asked her whom she was talking to. She said her big sister. I asked for screenshot of call logs. The call logs didn't have the record of whom she was talking to before I called. After asking, she told me that she's true this time, and she didn't do anything wrong. I wasn't ready to accept the fact, and we broke up on the morning of August 18, 2023. I asked her if she could come and meet me for the last time. I asked for her mobile phone, which I bought and didn't get my money back for a whole year. I began to download the call logs from the operator application. She told me not to, as we had broken up. I asked, why did you call him? She said, I didn't want you to know about what happened that night when we were out. She then told me that she was at his house as she was drunk and couldn't go home due to that. There was nobody except these two. I took that mobile phone, sent money to her sister that she paid in installments, and told her to fuck off and get out from the car. She went home, told her mom and sister that I did this to her, and they are blaming me. What steps should I do next? Did I get cheated on? How do I get over her? Comment. Why do you want to be with someone you don't trust? Don't do that in the future. Either believe someone or don't. You are done with her, so just block her on everything and move on. I would say that she cheated on you, but from everything you said in the post, there was so many problems in this relationship, you should have ended it a long time ago. What is there to get over? There was no trust and problems in the relationship, it seems like, the whole time, and you are only 21. You are replaceable indeed. Not sure why you got yourself back with her. You knew who she was already. What I dislike more is that you took her phone away from her. I assume she paid for it, so it is hers. You are owed your loan paid back, not the ownership of the phone. That is not really how it works. You gave her money, not phone. That's what I get from your post. I guess since she gave it up to you, that is fine, but she could have refused, and if you took it anyway, call the police, and you would be charged with theft.